thank you very much, Lou. I could speak, as many could, all of you could here today, from the heart about Pat Summitt for hours. I don't think that would be hard for anybody in the arena today. I could reference her accomplishments within the competitive arena, and that would take hours, because no one else has accomplished what Pat Summitt has accomplished in the sport of basketball. The accomplishments are actually staggering. And even though I've looked at them many, many times, and particularly yesterday again and this morning, you think to yourself, somebody's making this stuff up. When you look at the number of championships, the number of NCAA appearances, the number of wins, it truly goes into that category where you think it's surreal in nature. But it's not surreal, it's very, very real indeed. I told Pat yesterday morning in a conversation we had that I felt truly blessed to have had the opportunity to work with her this past basketball season. And I really look forward to working with her in the new role this coming year. But when I said that, the emotion that I felt really had nothing to do with her coaching career. It was emotional for me. But it was more about who she is as a person and a mother. And that's where she really excels. You know, I think I've always said this, having coached. When you've coached and while you're coaching, you can ask yourself two very simplistic questions. If you want to gauge your level of success outside the competitive arena, I think the first question is, did I make a difference? The second question is, did I have a positive impact on the young people that I coached and mentored? That I helped them grow as people, make them better people? The first question, no one's ever made more of a difference for the university they represented than Pat Summitt. No one's ever coached the game at a higher level, coached the sport that they loved than Pat Summitt. There'll never be another Pat Summitt. I think when you look at question number two, did I impact the lives of the young people that I coached and mentored in a positive way? Exhibit A. All you have to do is talk to a current or former player to get that very direct response. Because they represent tangible evidence to the answer to the second question. I also want to take a moment to recognize Tyler Summitt, because it's been my pleasure to get to know Tyler Summitt very well over these last 6 months. I've said this to Tyler and I've said it to his mom. He is mature well beyond his years. His parents raised him very, very well. I believe that he's an extraordinary young person. In every way, he's extraordinary. I can say that firsthand, for observing firsthand who he is, what he's done, how much he loves his mother, the respect that he holds. When he called recently to tell me that he had been offered and accepted a coaching job at Marquette, it took me a day to wipe the smile off my face. Because that's a wonderful opportunity. And Tyler, all you got to do is post 1,099 wins and you're one past your mother. You know, Pat is a rare coach in so many ways, but one of those ways is she doesn't know what an average season looks like. Particularly by normal standards, she doesn't know that. But nothing's normal about Pat Summitt's standards in any way, shape, or form. We could all live our lives by Pat Summitt standards. We'd be way, way better for it. Before I turn it over to Pat, I want to recognize someone else who's a legend in her own right. A woman who also has meant so much to this university, so much to women's athletics nationally, worked with Pat side by side for so many years, Joan Cronin. Ladies and gentlemen, I now turn the microphone, pass it, she's got one, over to the game's greatest coach for her remarks, our own coach, Pat Summitt.
Thank you, Doug. I made some notes because this really means a lot to me to be here today. And, yesterday illustrated to me how the good Lord has a plan for my life. It wasn't it interesting as I stepped aside as head coach. My son Tyler stepped into a game as an assistant with Marquette women's basketball. I can tell you, I am so proud of Tyler. You know, 38 years ago this month, I want you to listen to this. I received a letter from Dr. Helen B. Watson of the University of Tennessee asking me if I would be willing to coach the women's basketball team. Now, listen to this. All Dr. Watson offered me was $250 a month. I mean, I was bouncing checks all over the place. And the opportunity to teach and get my master's degree. She said that the team had excellent potential. Hadn't we heard that? And that they would be happy to have me as their coach. I can say I have been happy to be your coach. Growing up on a dairy farm in Henrietta, Tennessee, I doubt if anybody's been there other than Tyler and myself. It was really a great ride for me. I learned from my parents about the work that we have to do and the work you must love to do. I can tell you, I have loved my work at the University of Tennessee. It's been awesome. And I can say for almost 4 decades, it has been a privilege to make an impact on the lives of 161 women who have worn orange. I am so proud of them, the Lady Vols student athletes, and an honor to see them graduate and become successful young women. Together with these young women, a great staff, and a supportive administration, we will have taken a magnificent journey. We have grown the game of women's basketball each and every day. Along the way, supported by the best fans in the country, no doubt. I think we can all agree on that. We have managed to win some ball games and hang championship banners in Thompson Bowling Arena. I made a choice early in my career to challenge myself to step up my game each and every day. You can be sure that I will take this same attitude into my new role as head coach emeritus and continue to teach our players the same commitment. I can promise you, ladies, I'm here for you. Trust me that will happen. The success of the Lady Vols will always, always continue. And I hope to build a new success with the Pat Summitt Foundation Fund. Finally, I have a special message and challenge to our fans and our supporters. You have helped to make the Lady Vol basketball very special, and I need you right now, I want you to listen to this, to step up more than ever to support our new head coach, Holly Warlick. Holly, I want you to come up here. It is now time to turn over my whistle to you.